Hi, Dr. Reckenroy. Caitlin Will-Smith, Adobe Connect Pro. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Great. Do you mind if I take a seat?
No, go right ahead.
Awesome. I know you're busy with everything coming up here at Pricebridge State University. Your secretary had mentioned you got a lot of things going on this week.
Been pretty busy this month.
Yeah.
This week as well, probably more so than any other.
Well, that's exciting, though. So it's my understanding you've been with Pricebridge State University for 28 years.
I've been here for quite a while, yeah, actually.
That's really exciting. So, as your role as a dean, you know, what are some things that you just love about your job?
Well, things that I love about my job, let's see. You know, student engagement is a huge deal for me. I think, you know, we need to make sure we're leaving here with students that are leaving here with the proper set of skills to move out into the industries in which they're going into. And I think, you know, obviously there's several things that contribute to that. You know, we enjoy spending time with some of the students that are going out, as well as, you know, referencing students that have been here before. So we really get good feedback from them, and it seems to be good feedback from them for us to help develop curriculum and stuff. So that's the thing I probably enjoy the most.
Well, that's good. That's, you know, those are some pretty good things to enjoy. That seems like you really, you know, have a passion for what you do and love it day in and day out, and that's really good to hear. I had mentioned to your secretary earlier, I know Ellen was sick, so I talked to Susie, but she had, you know, told me a few things about some of the things that you've been dealing with here at Pricebridge State University, some of the problems that you wanted to address and talk about with me today. So as your Adobe representative, I am here to offer our resources to you to see which would be a best fit for your university. So if you wouldn't mind, I do have a few questions that I would like to ask, if that's okay.
Sure, now go right ahead.
All right, well, some of the things that she had mentioned was, currently you guys are looking to increase enrollment yet reduced, you know, because you have to reduce your budget.
Correct.
So what were some of the ways that you were hoping to do that goal?
Well, you know, I mean, we believe the technology is going to play a key role in that. I mean, our undergraduate level courses are pretty full right now. We'd really like to see the primary increase would probably be around our MBA program.
Okay.
Yeah, so technologies that enable us to do that is something that we would have interest in.
All right. So as far as technology, what kind of technology are you currently using here to?
Well, currently in the School of Business, with regard to our MBA program in particular, it's a little bit limited with regard to what we're doing at a distance as far as e-course offerings that we have. It's part of the reason we accepted the meeting today is we'd like to kind of develop an understanding of what Adobe brings to the table with regard to helping us build out that infrastructure to both add new end users in the form of customers or in the form of students, as well as increase our viability across international and domestic lines, have people from outside our local area here join us for classes at a distance. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do.
Wow, so you're really hoping to expand to a much broader level.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'd like to appeal, you know, as a top university. I mean, our ranking is pretty high in the top 200. We're around the 87th category. So
right.
We'd like to see that grow too, but the main thing is we're wanting to basically have a better presence, you know, both locally and globally.
Okay, so as far as technology goes, what were you looking for in a program?
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I'm looking to you to kind of help me define that, you know, what role technology could play in that for me. And I've got some general ideas, I mean, as far as what Adobe does in general, but as far as what y'all's capabilities, how, you know, we're looking to kind of see, you know, what your offerings are in that category.
Okay. So as the Dean of the College of Business, now do you serve just the College of Business, or do you serve the university as a whole?
No, well, I'm the chair of the Council of Deans, so I have access to other department level deans and to the provost and the vice chancellor. So
Okay.
I'm available to speak with them on anything. And I kind of personally would like to take the lead in that, you know.
Okay. All
Kind
right.
of drive those conversations.
Yeah. What I was going to ask was, as the Dean of, you know, the College of Business, if I could present you with something that was worthwhile and something that you would really like to implement here at Pricebridge, do you think we could go ahead and move along and get that implemented as soon as possible, or were there other decision makers that we needed to bring into the meeting?
Yeah, I mean, there's several factors that we kind of need to look at first. I mean, you're obviously in a pretty high level of competition for the types of students that we're trying to bring into our organization.
Okay.
And so, you know, in doing that, we'd like to kind of find out, you know, what is the best means or the best breed products to enable us to do that, especially with regard to distance learning. Seems like today's students seem to be a lot more technically savvy than they have been in the past. And so we're kind of looking for help in developing a more engaging curriculum
Okay.
for those students coming in. I mean,
Okay.
we want to make sure that we bridge the gap between the professors that have been here for quite a while and the ones that are more along the front end of the technical curve. We'd like to see them engaging better with students at every level within our faculty. So we're looking for a tool that's both, it gives us that ease of use as
Okay.
well as some of the professional development that we may need there as well.
Okay, so are you guys currently using any, technology tools that?
To some degree, within certain colleges, there's a small percentage of our group that uses both WIMBA and then some others that use Elluminate and for some of the web conferencing features, but and a little bit of distance learning, more in a collaborative effort than anything. There's nothing really uniform within our college or within any of the other colleges that I know of. So we'd be
Okay.
looking for something that has the ability to be uniformly implemented and enterprise-wide or across the university.
Okay, and do you guys currently offer online courses, or do you guys currently use Blackboard here at Price Bridge?
We do use Blackboard.
Okay.
We don't currently offer any e-course through the College of Business yet. That's kind of what we're looking to do. We want to basically start off on the right foot moving forward with that. So we're looking to use somebody that's going to be there for us and that offers the level or quality of delivery of those courses that we like.
Okay. That's good information. I appreciate that. As far as my conversation earlier with your secretary and some of the information I had gathered from the previous Adobe representative, another thing that you were looking for is an e-search community that would support the evolving research needs of the college. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Well, I guess, ask the question again. I'm not sure I understand what
Okay.
you're getting out there.
That your goal was to support the evolving research needs of the college and, using an e-research community. So I was just wondering,
And that kind of fall, that's obviously part of the reason that I wanted to have this meeting with you. I kind of want to understand, that is part of what we'd like to do. We would like to see more of a cross-curricular involvement between our students and students in different departments or
Okay.
different colleges. So, if there's research data that needs to be gathered there and collaboratively looked at, that's what we're kind of looking for, a medium to do that.
Okay, so do you think it's important for students and instructors to be able to collaborate together as far as the learning process goes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's integral because you're basically passing along some of those features that they're going to deal with in a day-to-day scenario in their jobs once they leave the university. No matter what role that they play outside the university, they're going to have to basically be collaborative within a commercial environment, state and local government, anything like that. Most of those are collaborative efforts and usually involve committee involvement of some sort. So yeah, if we can involve your technology in helping us to bridge that gap from a collaborative standpoint and get the most out of the research and build the connecting bridges between those points, that's what we're kind of looking to do.
Good. Well, some of the things that the Adobe software offers is the ability to be collaborative. It is a tech-savvy kind of software program that students and instructors are able to implement within their learning curriculum. Students are able to collaborate as far as a chat, a poll. There's a couple different widgets involved in the Connect Pro that students are able to, collaborate. There's video as well as, audio chat. Students are able to present presentations as well.
Well, the only concern I have there is that, obviously there's we've got pretty good connectivity on this campus. We do have students that are coming in with computers that are set for the specifications that we issue. We don't have a computer mandate per se, but I'd like to see something like that in the College of Business, especially with regard to utilizing these collaborative tools. I'd like to know a little bit more about, I've heard that there, we obviously looked at different offerings, but I've heard there's been some issues with regard to Adobe with y'all's, with the user interface is sometimes difficult to get going. Can you tell me about that? What known issues are there with Connect as far as? Well,
I know with most of our programs, Adobe Flash Player is required to run the program, and actually Adobe Flash is already implemented in 99% of computers as of right now. It's basically if you use your computer and you browse the web, you probably have Adobe Flash Player already implemented in your computer. So as far as problems that others have faced with it, Connect Pro, I'm not really sure, because I do know that it's very user-friendly. It's easy to access. You can either use it offline, on demand, or you can refer back to it later. So as far as being able to actually host a classroom, the teacher is there and students are present at the same time. Or asynchronous, which would be they could record it and then students could refer back to it later, which
Like a
would
training module. Then.
correct, yeah, which would really appeal to some of your MBA students, who are on the road, have a part-time job or even a full-time job, and might not have the time to schedule that time for that class at a specific point in their day. So those are some of the different things that we can offer as far as time, which would help also for I know you said you wanted to broaden your reach, you really wanted to expand and open it internationally and on a bigger scale. And that's great too, because, with time zone differences and just everything that is involved with, being across the nation, there are, students who would be taking it in a different location would be able to refer to it whenever they were able to refer to it.
It kind of fits within our goals.
Right. So if the class was offered at 3 p.m. but somewhere else it's 2 a.m. there, that kind of serves as a problem. So that way you're able to face that. Now, are there any other problems, before I show you exactly how Adobe Connect Pro works, any other problems that you wanted to talk about?
No, not really. We've had a couple of other competing products we've looked at, and there's some people that said that they had some issues with the VoIP capabilities within those, but that's something that's not an immediately addressable need for me, but definitely would like to see a little bit more with regard to what all Adobe Connect is capable of.
Okay.
I kind of have a rough idea of what it can do for us at this point, and it sounds like a viable product for us. But I guess one of my final concerns is the ability for us to take this and have our students. Let's see. Students. Hang on just a second here.
No, you're fine. I just wanted, before I presented you with, this amazing software program, I just wanted to make sure that I knew all your concerns so that I were able to address them, while I was presenting them, because I do believe that the Adobe Connect Pro would be a great program to implement here at Price Bridge State University. We actually have a lot of universities nationwide who have seen a lot of success with this program. It's helped them, reduce costs, save on budget, and really use the technology as a driven force to appeal to their students.
Well, obviously, this sounds good, and I'd love to see a demo. There's a couple of other concerns I have. Obviously, the CIO here, Hans On, is that's probably the next person you would need to involve with something like this, since it's a technology-based situation. Just a quick question for you. Do y'all offer it as both a hosted option, or is it an on-premise option as far as Connect?
There are two different options. We are able to. I have the pricing information right here in front of me. There's the on-premise only, and then there's the off-premise. Is that what you're?
Hosted version.
The hosted version.
Yeah, I just wanted to check out. It's something obviously that Hans would be a lot more involved in.
Right.
It.
And we can discuss that kind of aspect later, as well as pricing, because I want to make sure that we pick the right package for your university. So I wanted to uncover all of your needs and really put together a package that is most customized to you.
Well, and I guess it's good that you're talking to me. I'm part of the technical committee here on campus, and what you present to me, I'll be more than happy to take up the chain to them if I find it's something that we think is going to be viable for us here in the College of Business, because we kind of want to be a leader in that category.
Right.
Those things to the forefront. Just because a lot of our grads end up going into fields that may or may not relate directly to technology, but they need to be aware of it and have that skill set. So that's something that personally I'm taking charge with.
Right, and I know it's important that, your secretary had mentioned to me earlier, it's really important to promote student academic achievement, especially with, information technology.
Absolutely.
So as far as meeting with Hans later, if you wanted, so you wouldn't have to present the information alone, I would like to go ahead and set up a meeting where we could all collaborate together, and I could walk you both through the software program, and that way we can kind of have a tutorial of how exactly everything works. I actually also have it with me now where, let's see,
next week, for example,
a live classroom.
they were talking about next week.
Let's see if we can get his attention.
Bring all this together and go from common data.
This is exactly how it would work, is, basically the instructor would be here. This is the camera and the voice. There is a chat widget where you're able to chat directly with the instructor, as well as other students that are involved in the class as well if you wanted a private chat. it shows an attendee list, which would help the instructor know who was present, who was absent, who comes in late. And in the attendee list, you're able to raise your hand, agree with the professor, disagree, step away, speak louder. There's a lot of different things.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Like I say, I think, I don't want to, I've got somebody coming in right after you here, so I just wanted to make sure that, if we get a chance, I'd love to sit down again and do a demo. I'll talk to Hans, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
It looks like a good product, and I'd like to take it.
All right, great. Well, can we go ahead and schedule that meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great. We're just talking to my secretary on the way out.
On the way
let her
out.
know what your availability is. We'll set that up and get Hans in here and let him take a look at it from the technical side.
That would be great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Reckenworth, and I really look forward to meeting with you again. I know that this would be a great fit for your university, and I'm excited to set up that meeting. Thank you very much.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Get you out here.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much.